Welcome back, everybody, to Empyrion Galactic Survival on Project Eden, Alpha 10.5. I'm an old guy gaming. And we've made a little bit of progress since I left you last. And so let's take a look and see what's going on here. So I set the core down right about here, the base block, so that the tops of the blocks would come almost even with the highest point here on the island. And I also made myself a tent and cleared all the vegetation away from up here. And I don't know if I'm going to actually leave this here permanently. We'll have to wait and see. But I used it as a reference point. I was going to just, keep it straight all the way up, but then that would have been really high above the water. And so I decided to lower it down with these stairs. And the idea here is that we're going to make ourselves like a little A-frame structure for our main living quarters. And then I'm going to branch off probably to either side and have one side become like our factory that we'll build vessels in, and the other side will be our farm. So that's the general idea for our first structure here. So I got started, of course, with wood blocks, but I wanted to go ahead and start getting some bigger constructors down and some other machinery before we continue the build here. So that's what we're going to do right now. Look how that blue water is just so pretty. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, so I've got a few pieces of machinery already made up in the small, or rather the portable constructor. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. So right now it's just making fuel. So I've got a small constructor, a starting cargo box, a fuel tank, and also made a clone chamber. But you know what I forgot to do? We have to make a generator. We have to make ourselves a generator. So let's do that right now. So we have some power. And we'll also set up solar power and stuff too, but I'll make that stuff once we have the main machinery in place. So looks like I can carry all this in my own inventory. So let's go on back over here and set this stuff down. So the idea that I have in mind is it's gonna have like a wraparound porch. So I'll probably extend this porch out another block, and maybe just like use a plate style block. So it has a wraparound porch, but basically this will be, the front entrance. This will all be glass, of course, on the front and back. And then off to the left, we'll probably have like a living area with a couch and the TV and, all that kind of stuff that the game has. On the right-hand side, we'll probably have like our kitchen area. And then probably in back, what I was thinking about maybe doing is building a loft kind of in the back side. And then the loft will be like the bedroom, and then the back will be like an open porch looking out over the water. So that's kind of the general plan. And then what we'll do is we'll probably branch out to the left and build a farm, I'm thinking. In another wing, so to speak, and then to the right we'll branch out and we'll build probably a larger platform, and that's going to be our factory slash hangar, slash crafting area, etc., etc. But we'll get started with just setting up a basic crafting area in the main building until we get to the point where we're ready to expand. So let's go ahead and grab some stuff here. We're going to put a clone chamber down so that we have a spawn point, and that yeah, we'll just start by building stuff over on this side for now, and then we can always move it around later as needed. Okay, so there's a clone chamber, and that means we can now set this place to our I guess I already had it set to the home spawn. Oh, you know why? Because I had set that down earlier. I was testing something out, and then I picked it back up. So that's why that was still marked. Because I actually had made this first before I made the other pieces. So that's what's going on with that. Okay, so let's see. We'll put the small constructor here, but what I actually want to do, though, is we need it to... Yeah, I'm going to replace it with a large constructor. So a large constructor is actually going to come all the way out to here and take up 4 squares. Right? Is that right? Yeah, it has to be because it won't be able to go back here with those angle blocks in place. So to kind of represent that, we'll put the small constructor here, but understanding that it's actually all 4 squares here, that the space that it's actually going to take up. I'm starting to wonder, now that I look at that. Well, no, I think we'll be okay. I was going to say, I wonder if I should make this a little bit wider, but remember, all this machinery is not going to stay here permanently. This is just our starting setup. We'll be moving it over to what will become our factory as soon as we can. So I'm okay with this. Let's just go ahead and work with this here. Okay, so now we got our fuel tank. We'll be, of course, expanding these and making these larger too at some point. One thing we could maybe think about doing, though, is putting some of this maybe underneath, like the fuel tanks and the generators, just so they're kind of out of sight. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So I'm gonna I'll make more fuel tanks eventually. But let's go ahead and start by putting that one there. And then we'll plop the generator down right kind of on this side when it's ready to go. That way they're kind of out of sight, not taking up space, and got something in my mouth there, and not overheating us. Okay. So for storage container, we want the big one, of course, and we'll probably just start with one input and output. Actually, you know what though? I think I'm going to turn it this way. That's going to be the constructor, the big constructor, so we'll put this right next to it. And I'll probably stack another one on top of it. And we'll still have a little bit of an area back here that we can move around into if we need to. So yeah, it's going to be a little cozy in here to start with, but like I said, I'm not worried about it because we're going to expand. This is just to get us started. All right, so let's head on back over to the constructor, and hopefully our Ginny's done by now. And then I've been, just trying to work on getting more biofuel made, but I think what we'll probably end up doing next, well, I want to see if I can actually make the large constructor. Can I carry this? I can, okay. I want to see if I can actually make the large constructor, if I have enough stuff for it. So let's carry the Ginny over first, get it set down. I really hope that that the game doesn't still just kind of spawn Xerax in, even though they're not actually on the planet. Because when those attacks happen, they are spawned in. They don't come from their drone base. The game just spawns them in a particular direction from your base, and then they come after you. So I guess we're gonna find out once we kind of get this thing set up, aren't we? Because this is just a wooden base. They could definitely make short work of it. But we'll see. I'm going to assume at this point that they're not going to come because it makes no sense for them to come. They're not even on this planet. But we'll see. Okay, so the Ginny's going to have automatic water cooling. Boy, I hope that'll work in the water. Guess we're going to find out in a second, aren't we? Let's go ahead and put some fuel in. Yep, it's working. It's working. You go, Ginny, you go. Okay. Now, can we... Well, we're not going to know... Whoops. Yeah, there's a big lag from that. We're not going to know until we move all of our components over here. If that's going to be... If we have enough stuff to make the large constructor right now. So let's go ahead and group everything. And then we're just going to call this the main container for now. And we'll assign that to main. Alright, so now we've got to go get all of our stuff. So let's do that next. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just load it in the ship and then we'll just fly the ship over. But we'll leave some wood over here so that we can keep this thing going with just making biofuel, which it's not currently doing. Okay. And that's cranking out the water in the portable O2s for us. Cranking it. I think this is faster than it was on the Dead Planet because the source quality is better. That's my guess anyway. Because I mean, I've only had this sitting down for I don't know, not that long, and we already got like almost, you know, a little over 2.5 full stacks of O2 and 52 water, so that's pretty good compared to, you know, what we were seeing on the Dead Planet. Okay, so let's connect to the small vessel, and then we want to move pretty much all of this stuff. Yeah, let's just move it all. Well, like I said, we will keep some wood in here so we can keep making the biofuel. So that gets our volume up to 9, 11, and 4.18 tons. Here, let's put this down here. That stuff's heavy. Alright, so we'll leave... Let's leave about half the wood in here. Take the fuel with us. Okay, so let's just keep putting a few things on the toolbar. Should be putting the heavy stuff on the toolbar. The heavier stuff. Like the cobalt alloy, for example. That's pretty heavy. Those are pretty heavy too, actually. Okay. So that, whoops, that's everything except for the wood. Thrusters are on. Yeah, we're definitely heavy. We just need to get over here so we can put everything in the storage container. All right, so what's the matter? Oh, food. A little bit low on the food there. All right, so let's see. Small vessel and base main. Those aren't going to shift click, so I'm going to have to drag those. Alright, I think that's everything, right? Whoops. Because this stuff normally stays in the small vessel, so we're going to keep that in there. Let's disconnect from there. And we want to go player. And then we have this stuff too, so we'll keep the motorcycle with us. I'll keep one plastic explosives with us. Assault rifle tech 2. That we should keep with this too, because we just got to we have to make the ammo for it. I guess we still need the survival tool until we can actually make the drill, so we'll keep that with us as well. All right, so that's all of our stuff. Those are all of our, that's all of our worldly possessions. Is it enough to make a large constructor? Let's find out. It is. Look at that. All right, cool. So let's get that sucker made up. And, you know, we might as well make another cargo box too, so we can have an input and an output. So let's do that. We're going to want a wireless connection for the base. So we'll queue up that. Then we're going to, you know, once I get the roof on, then I'll go ahead and do solar panels and capacitors and all that too. And we might put the capacitors under the water too. I'm assuming the game will let us, you know, use those. Okay, good. So large constructor is making for us. That's going to let us make some stuff that we really need, like ammunition, for example, for our weapons. Then we can go hunting and get some meat, because we need to eat some meat, man. All we've had so far is mushrooms and a little bit of fruit and some protein bars, you know, or the energy bars since we got here. But we haven't actually had a juicy steak yet. We need to. We need to have a juicy steak, even if it is from an alien bug or whatever it happens to be. All right, cool. So let's see here. Guess we're just waiting for that to finish up. And then we're going to make... Then we're going to actually pull this small constructor back up. In fact, yeah, I mean, let's not even make those. So we can put the large constructor down. I mean, we'll still use the small constructor too, but I want to put the large constructor there. All right, so to do that, we're gonna... Oh, yeah, we'll be okay. We just have to connect to this, and then we can put the large constructor on our toolbar. All right, there we go. So let's flip that around so it's facing the right direction. Yeah, we'll have it face that direction. Cool. Now, let's go ahead and... What do we got? Hopefully this is just a normal storm and not like an acid rain. I can't imagine this planet would have an acid rainstorm. That would be terrible. That would be terrible. Okay, let's see. So, we want to make another container. Oh yeah, we're going to want to make a food processor, refrigerator, all that kind of stuff too. But let's make another container so we have an input and an output. And maybe even a third, so we'll have like just a general storage. We wanted to make a wireless device. Man, we can even make another large constructor. Well, we will eventually do that, of course. And then, yeah, I think the next thing would be a refrigerator and then a food processor. We do not have to worry about oxygen. We don't have to make an oxygen tank or an oxygen dispenser. Not on this wonderful planet. You know what I do think I will do, though? I think I will make... I'll make like 3 more of these for now. We'll eventually do the larger tanks, but I don't want to do that quite yet. I want to be somewhat judicious with how we spend our points. Okay, so let's grab the containers here. And we will put... yeah, we'll use this style again. Put those there. And then, let's see. What do we want to do? Oh, you know what? It looks like maybe I could push that large constructor back 1 block. Let's just put this here. Like so. Oh, they do look different, don't they? That's alright. I want to actually try that. I want to see if I can actually move this back 1. Well, we might as well wait and let it finish doing its thing first. So the upper one will be the input. The lower one will be the output. And this will just be kind of general storage for now. I do kind of want them to all go in the same way, though. Just because it doesn't look right, man. It doesn't look right otherwise. Oops. Okay, so go back to this style. We want to flip it around like so. There we go. That's better. Well, that storm didn't last very long. That storm didn't last very long. Okay, so food processor's almost done. So we will take that and the refrigerator. Wireless is also done. And probably, let's see. We were gonna put the garden area over here, so maybe we'll end up making this like the kind of more of the kitchen area on the left, and we'll put the living area on the right after this machinery gets moved to the new wing, when the time comes, of course. So for now, we're gonna set this guy here, and we're gonna have to put it right there. Okay. And then we will put the refrigerator right next to it. Let's go with the big one. Good. Do we have anything that needs to be refrigerated? This does. Base. Fridge. We don't need to refrigerate alien teeth and alien parts, but we're going to put that in a fridge. You know, kind of more the organic stuff we'll keep in there, because we need that stuff for medical anyway. We can keep the spoiled food in there. When the time comes, we'll be able to make some crop plots and stuff with those. We keep the water in there too. I think that's probably all we need to put in the refrigerator. Okay, good. Let's grab these extra fuel tanks. And are you done making stuff? Nope. You're making one more fuel tank. Okay. So let's go back down here, and we're just gonna put the fuel tanks along here. We probably should put another block in here too once we start making more blocks. What does the SI look like? Yeah, it's okay. But I'll still do that anyway. And the wireless device. Let's just... we can hide that too. I mean, theoretically it shouldn't work under the water, but I think it will. So we'll put it maybe right there. Okay. Okay, coming along. Coming along. So you finished, yeah, okay, so you finished the other fuel tank. So let's get that put in place as well. I was going to say, where'd it go? It's right there. Okay. So that should give us enough fuel to get started. Fuel capacity, I should say, to get started with. Okay, so let's see here. Just checking something real quick. Okay, I want to see if I can actually push this back one. You know what we should do, though? We should make a few more wood blocks and put them in place first, and then we'll see if we can push that back. But the idea here is, you know, we're going to do the A-frame thing. And, I don't know why those blocks are going a different direction. It's kind of weird. I probably twisted them around or something. But we're going to do... so this is basically just going to be a solid, you know, roof all the way to the side, but then the ends will be all glass. We'll make those out of glass like an A-frame typically would be. Once we, you know, have the resources, of course, to do that. In the meanwhile, I'll probably just leave it open because we don't really need to seal the place. Temperatures are very mild here. We can breathe the air. It's going to be more important, though, that we seal the farm once we get that going, because it's always, even on a nice mild planet like this, it's always risky to leave your farm exposed. Boy, that thing sure cranks out those blocks a lot faster than the survival constructor does. Alright, so let's grab what we have so far. And I just want to put those in. Up to here for now. Whoa. For now. Okay. Yeah, see, the grains on this are going vertical, whereas these were horizontal. It probably just has to do with... I might have, like, twisted the block this way and then went that way. Oh, yeah, that is what I did. Okay. Well, you know what? I don't think I'm going to worry too much about that, to be honest with you. It's going to be more important that this part is all going the same direction. Of course, it will be visible out here, won't it? I might actually change that. I'm not going to do that right now, though. I'm not going to do it right now. We'll do it later. Okay, so bring these over. Yeah, well, we definitely can't move the storage boxes back any further. And I don't know, we probably won't be able to move this back either, because even though it's not taking up that space visibly, it probably takes up the actual full block. Pretty sure it does. Let's just try it anyway, but I wouldn't bet money on it that it's going to work. Okay, make sure we're on retrieve block. Where did it go? 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 It should be in here, but I don't see it. Oh, here it is right there. Okay. I'm losing my mind. Yeah, see, so even though it's actually taking up those full block spaces, I was pretty sure that was going to be the case, but it was worth a try. Okay, so let's put the constructor back there. Good. Now, let's see. I think what I want to do now is I want to make... You know, we can make another one of these, can't we? We can. Let's do it. Let's make 2 large constructors, because then we can double our production. We've got the stuff for it, so we might as well. So that means then that I'm going to want to move the containers all over. Alright, so let's get our ship out of the way. Because we gotta go hunting, man. We gotta get some food. Some real food, some meat and potatoes. No, the protein bars don't suck. They definitely do not suck compared to all the mushrooms we had to eat. Okay, that gets us maxed out on food. So, let's see. We want to move... We're going to move all these over. So let's retrieve that block. Retrieve that block. Oops. And we'll go back to this style. There goes the timer. We want to do that style, or do we want to do... That has a volume capacity of 16. Yeah, that doesn't have as much capacity. This has the same volume as the other ones, so they're both the same. I kind of like these ones. Yeah, let's go with these. Let's go with these instead. Or maybe what we could do is, let's go with these for the input and output. But we'll use the other type for just basic storage. Just for the hell of it, right? Just for the hell of it. Okay, so let's do a group here. And then I want to name you input. And I want to name you output. There we go. And now we're just going to swap everything. So yeah, let's go input there, and then we'll do base and main. So anything that's a component, we will put in there. Anything that's a finished product, we'll put in the output for now, but we'll actually move it over into the general storage. Yeah. Not that. Not that. None of that stuff. That. Okay. And then all the rest of this stuff needs to go in, well, into general storage, but we have to move it into output for the moment. Okay. Now we can pick this guy up. That was weird. And we'll put him over here, and we'll go back to this style. And I actually think I want to keep this in pointing this direction. Okay. So that's going to be general storage. Let's go ahead, though, and get the other constructor down first. So connect to that. Grab the other constructor. There we go. We got two of those suckers. Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I think that's good. Good enough to get us started. Okay, so let's go ahead and group up again. And we're going to name this general storage for now. And we will move pretty much just about all of this over there. There we go. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we are out of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some ammo going. And then if we've got enough stuff, I might actually go ahead and build a little hover vessel. Because I want to use a harvest module and go get a whole bunch of wood. Because we're going to need a whole bunch of wood to finish building, you know, a structure. Because this is all going to be built out of wood. And also to continue making some more biofuel until we can get a good supply of promethium going. So I think that's the plan. All right. So when I am ready to go hunting and I have some of that other stuff going on, I will bring you back at that point. And oh well, yeah, I might bring you back sooner, you know, for the hover build too. It's going to be a really quick, basic build, nothing fancy, just something to get us out there to get some wood. So yeah, I'll probably bring you back fairly soon for that. We'll see how things go, though, okay? Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share out the video, and leave comments. Those things do help the channel, and I do appreciate it. And we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.